What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Improv is Dead. As always, I'm Dan White here with my co-host, Tim Lyons. Tim, what's up, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm freshly shaven. Nice.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Nice warm week in Chicago. I had a couple auditions where I need to look younger, so I shaved off the beard, and here I am. One was for a rookie cop who makes an off comment.
You look like you're about to get surprised by the corruption you're witnessing firsthand.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other one was for some kind of computer thing. But either way, I feel great. Dan, how are you?
Dude, Tim, I'm great, man. I got a huge life hack I learned this week. I'm going to share with the listeners.
Please.
You ready for this? This is great, especially in the summer months. At Starbucks, if you get a coffee and you drink it there, you can get a refill for like 50 cents. If you're a Starbucks Gold member, if you download the app, which most people probably get enough Starbucks to qualify for that, and you do it through the app, you get free refills. So that's your first hack. That's a pretty common fact. I didn't realize that the free refills also apply to iced coffee and, more importantly, cold brew.
Wow. That's huge.
That's a huge life hack, because I have now gone and I'll get a grande cold brew, and I usually try to bring it in my own tumbler to save on my litter. And then I'll bring an additional kind of tumbler. And I'll sip on it for an hour, pour the remnants into it, go back, get my refill before I leave. You're getting two for the price of one.
Wow.
So your cost is going down. If you're getting a grande, you're going down from, if you tip, you should tip. $5 to $2.50.
Yeah.
Including tip.
You sound like a guy I just met on the street who's trying to give me a deal.
Dude,
hey, buddy, hey, listen, can you get 5 minutes?
I mean, $2.50 for a grande cold brew at Starbucks.
No, it's amazing. It's
and honestly, you could keep cutting it. You could keep cutting it. If you're shameless, you could go as many times as you want. I'm sure no one will say anything.
Well,
but it's
I also there's a place in Chicago. They're opening up slowly but surely. This Collectivo coffee, and if you sign up for their app, you get 3 free coffees of any kind right off the bat. Just join the app. So there's 2 coffee hacks for the summer from Chaboys at Improv is Dead. Dan, we got a hot new review.
Tim is sticking with his theme of hyper localized tips.
There's Starbucks is everywhere. Starbucks is everywhere.
Yeah, Starbucks is everywhere.
Yeah.
That was my tip.
Well, I think Collectivo coffee is. Get it on the ground floor. I actually just bought shares in NFTs and I bought a Collectivo ape.
Tim is getting into crypto this week.
I got a Collectivo ape. It's just an ape drinking coffee.
Tim, before we get into it, before we introduce our guest here, which we have a great guest today, this is going to be a great episode. I have a quick review to read here.
Sure
thing. This is a really great review. This is from JD Keith from the United States in his review, 5-star review. Thank you, JD. Titled "Combating Misinformation." Firstly, I want to say that this podcast is extremely funny and well edited. Thanks, JD. Sound effects add a lot to the scenes, and everyone always cracks me up. We appreciate it. It takes a lot of time to add those in. More importantly, a lot of reviews say Tim is Dan's father, which we've always established. Tim's not my dad. He's just my friend.
Yep.
This simply isn't true. Thank you, JD. While the love and respect they share is incredible, the two are not blood relatives. That's correct. We are not blood relatives. That said... Huge props to Tim, who did something a lot of guys can't do. He may not be a father, but he, quote, stepped up and became a dad.
Wow.
Truly inspirational.
That's very nice to hear.
So it seems like JD is implying that you're not my biological father, but that you may be my stepfather.
Now that's interesting. I've never thought of it that way.
Well, I just want to stress, Tim and I are friends. He is not my dad, blood or otherwise, but we do appreciate it. Tim, anything to add?
I'd like to bring our guest into the conversation and really get into it. One of the greatest of all time, one of our favorites. Welcome to the podcast for the 3rd time, number 3.
Woo!
TJ Jagodowski. TJ, how you doing, buddy?
The TJ stands for Tim Jr.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who my dad is. I never found out, but I know I'm a junior, and I know my dad's name is Tim. So
got it. Interesting.
Yeah. Wow, that would really be wrapping it into improv.
Yeah.
If TJ Jagodowski somehow got wrapped into this thing.
And I was on that Collectivo coffee tip when they were still called Altera and based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, so there you go, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so
it's a Midwestern thing, but it's very good. If
You got a favorite cup of Joe in the city?
You know what?
You seem like a guy who'd have opinion.
I wish it was more interesting, because when I do buy I do buy at least one coffee from a lot of different places. I also dump a lot of coffee because I need it smooth as hell. No bitterness, no acid to it.
So you don't like Starbucks?
I do. I like Starbucks. Dark roast is actually a very smooth and not bitter flavor. So that's my go-to. But I've bought like a cup of coffee from just about every coffee shop in Chicago.
You got a favorite?
It is the Starbucks Dark Roast is my favorite. Although they just opened, the people at Rockwell's just opened a little coffee shop right off the Rockwell Brown Line stop, and they have a nice cup of Joe. There's just a hint of maybe a little floral that leaves it just a touch bitter at the tail. But it's a pretty good cup of coffee. But I've sipped a lot. I've had 2 sips of a lot of cups of coffee and thrown away a lot of hot.
Wow.
A lot of hot Joe. Yeah, can't do it. Turns my stomach.
I would not have expected that. TJ, you strike me as the sort of guy that you could drink motor oil. That's the vibe you give off.
As long as it's neither bitter nor acidic. Well, I also spent so many years just like doing this body wrong that I can't I can't have a lot of acid in this tender tummy anymore. But there was a good amount of time where like I could take just about anything in. Wow. Now I have to be more careful.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I got a quick question, Tim. I know you wanted to ask something, and we'll get right into that. But I had a quick thing to kick us off with this, because TJ, when we tried setting this up, it took you about a week and a half to get back to us, and you apologized. You said, "I'm sorry, it took me a while, guys. I've been building an IKEA desk for the last week and a half."
Yeah.
And it was funny because the last time I had seen you prior to that, about 2 years ago when we shot that thing, you were talking about your next chapter, and you're like, "I think I might get into woodworking." And then 2 years later, I get an email that says, "Sorry, it took me a week and a half to get back to you. I was building an IKEA desk."
I was just joking, but I wanted to come up with a reason. I had no good reason it took me so long.
I'm happy to hear it because I was worried. So is the woodworking still on the table? Is that still?
Buddy, if I could build a table, I would put woodworking on it. But I have not made any headway. I've made a ton of headway, and I think what Tim wants to ask about, but I've made no headway in the woodworking aspects of things.
Well,
yeah.
Have
a lot of other people been on your show 3 times?
I think our most popular guest, I don't know if he's the most popular guest, but he is. Damien Anaya is always on. Okay. He's in the 50 times club. I think he's
okay.
Been on,
so he can't be caught. He's like Tom Hanks hosting SNL, right? I'm not 100%. I'm not gonna run him down. But the rest of the hoi polloi, I'd like to at least try and keep pace with, if not outdistance.
Well, that's good. TJ, you know, we always want to be respectful of your time. We don't respect Damien's time at all. So Damien will get an email on Tuesday that's like, "We're recording on Wednesday. Jump on." You're like 2 months in advance. We're planning out June. Can we get you on?
Well, have me on with him, and that way he just won't get further ahead of me, and I can draft. I can draft right in behind Damien.
That sounds perfect.
I think that sounds great. We'll set that up, but for now, I want to ask TJ. I follow you on the gram, and over the past probably longer than a year or so, there's been a lot of I want to say junk posts.
A lot of dirty metal. A lot of dirty metal.
TJ has an unparalleled, pristine Instagram brand.
Yeah.
There's not many pictures of me on. If anyone's wondering what I look like, you're not going to find out.
And honestly, I respect your Instagram more than I respect most, because a lot of it's like, here's what I did today. Yours is like, here's what I found today.
Right, that's true.
So TJ, you've been doing a little bit and you're getting into the other side of it, but you've been doing magnet fishing.
Yeah, I went out with your brother, especially early on. Brett, your brother, very typically early on was like, how big's your magnet?
Yeah.
It was like, how much your magnet pull up? And I'm like, I don't know. It says like 90 pounds. Like, so he came up with like, it was like a 3-sided super magnet that could pull up like 300 pounds of stuff.
I mean, if he's going to do it, he's going to do it right.
Right.
Sorry, folks.
So yeah, we would go out magnet fishing. And for anyone who's unfamiliar, it is basically exactly what it sounds like, where you have a magnet on a rope and you throw the magnet in the water, and you don't fish for fish, you fish for scrap metal. And that's what we would do. We would throw the magnet. We did Montrose Bridge over the Chicago River. We did the bridge on Wilson. We went up one time to do the bridge up by North Park University. Is that what it is? North Park University, the one that has the field named after Mike Holmgren. I'm blanking on it, but yeah. Yep. So we would just pull up scrap. So like the downside is you have to magnet fish in pretty fetid water. If you have it like a nice lake or a nice stream by you, it's pointless. You have to go to an area that's really been mistreated.
I have multiple follow-up questions, but I want to start with the basic one. Is what interested you in this? What got you into it?
I have, and this will T-bone with my newest interest, is like I realized that I, as often as possible, in just about every pursuit I have, like to treat the world as a treasure hunt. So just about I've never had I can't remember the last time I had a job with a salary, because I like being perhaps confused by what I would get paid for something, and when you're an actor or whatever, an improviser, you don't know. Like you might.
If you're an improviser, you know what you're getting paid.
Yeah, right.
Acting, I think also too.
But you don't know if you get the first beer for free or just $1 off.
That's fair. That's fair. It was a crapshoot. 8 years at IO, it was still a crapshoot, depending on the bartender, if I was getting a discount on a beer.
Yeah, right. But when you get like an acting job, you don't know. Like, hey, you might do it and find out, or you might do an improv show somewhere and like, hey, it's a paid gig. You don't know. It could be $40. It could be like $200. You don't know. And so, and also for acting jobs, you just don't know. Like, and Tim, I don't know if you knew from the beginning what you would get for being on your show, but
truly no idea. Like, I so far in the dark up until like we were filming the thing. That's how little information you get.
And it's a mystery. And like with SAG, you don't know if you're on a 1-day contract, a 10-day contract, if you're like, it's different if you're a series regular, if you're a special guest, like all that stuff. And with like doing commercials, we never knew when we get let go, or where they would show or how often or any of that stuff. So that's a treasure hunt in its own way. Improvising's a treasure hunt. You don't know, like it could be the greatest thing ever. It could totally fall on its face and somewhere in between. There's no guarantee of quality, but it could be the best thing you've ever done. And so magnet fishing fell in line with that of like, I'm going to throw a magnet in there, and I have no idea what's going to come up. Your brother found a bike one time. We pulled up a bike.
Wow.
We pulled up what looked like a shepherd's staff, and we pulled up something. One time I pulled up a cauldron, like a 30-pound cast iron cauldron that I'm guessing was used as a planter. One time when I was out with your brother, when we pulled out that bike, the only bummer of magnet fishing is at the end you basically have to carry everything to a dumpster. So you might have like 40 pounds
you don't fish and release with magnet fishing.
No, because at its best, we're just helping to clean the river the tiniest bit. Mm-hmm. And so we went to go start picking everything up, and this lady who had been like kind of milling about, she had started by walking across the bridge, but then stopped and like turned around and came back for no apparent reason, and then was just hanging around. She had called the cops and reported a crime scene. And she was a little crazy, but she reported what she had seen out there, this bike and this shepherd's staff or whatever this was, this like hooked piece of metal. And so we had to wait for the cops to come and explain what we were doing, and that it was magnet fishing and that we found this bike and we were just going to go like throw it away. But for a little bit, we weren't ever really worried. It's kind of fun.
Like interested, or were they annoyed that they were there?
Least could not have been less interested. Like just a pain in the ass. Like obviously this is like, what kind of crime scene would this be? Like, we dumped a kid in the river and stole his shitty
we
bike.
Left something in his pocket. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But his bike had no tires. It was just a frame. And it was in awful condition. So, it would have been interesting coming up with a story that would have fit the evidence left at that crime scene. Though I did one time I did pull up a revolver. I pulled up an actual gun off the Wilson Bridge and ended up turning it in to the police. So there was a 100% chance that was involved in a crime. Also, did not seem super interesting. during the course of a week, we have 10 unsolved homicides. So the chances that they were going to run one down from the 70s with this this gun that was falling apart and I'm sure did not have serial numbers and stuff on it. But people would walk by and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Magnet fishing." They would look in my bucket and there was a revolver in the bottom of my bucket. And so conversation ended and they quickly walked off after that. So that was the most that and the cauldron were my most interesting finds. Magnet fishing. But I switched to my newest pursuit. Sorry if I'm talking too much.
No, this is exactly
this is legit. You've already gone over the questions I was going to ask, and then I was going to bring us into this new one. So
great.
Please.
I was very bummed to find out that precious metals are not magnetic. There's only iron based, so ferromagnetic metals. But
so while you were magnet fishing, was there something specific that you were like, "Damn, I hope I find this thing," and then you realized while you were doing it, you're like, "I'm never gonna find this thing"?
Absolutely, always old gold coins and and huge gems and rings. That's all you ever want to see,
Big time, sure.
Yeah, you want to basically like Lord of the Ring treasure trove is what you want. That wasn't going to happen because not even copper is magnetic. So it was a 100% chance it was going to be junk metal, maybe something interesting. We did pull up also like rear view mirrors from cars and shit like that. But where you can get precious metals is metal detecting. Now that is what I'm doing now. So if you do want to follow the Instagram, it's TJ Jago, and you will see the day it switched from junk metals to legal currency, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Filthy lucre, in God we trust. Some tender, yes.
TJ, I hate to break this to you.
Yeah.
But for somebody not well versed in this who has been following your Instagram, I just assumed that metal fishing was a slang term for metal detection.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were gonna say like filthy profit.
No. I just because you would always post these like grimy looking finds, and I was like, oh, it must just be metal detection. But
no, those were coming out of water. Those were coming out of bodies of water. This is now coming out of terra firma.
And what's the most valuable thing you found metal detecting?
I have found some rings. Probably the most valuable is a quarter. And then there's some other junk stuff, some like kind of junk rings and stuff that I found. Yesterday, I found kind of one of the coolest things. It was sort of like tiny little pressed flowers in some sort of like acrylic or, some sort of like amber-like thing that had it preserved in a pendant. And so that was pretty cool. I have found, a little ring with like a kabuki kind of faced guy on it. What else? Oh, I found like a little dinosaur leg that must have come off like a toy or something, but it's really kind of cool looking. And then cash money. I've pulled probably 40 something bucks out of Wells Park.
Wow.
And now I'm doing Horner. I haven't picked clean, but I'm running out of spots. And then I'm about to launch a full assault on Winamac.
Wow.
Oh, that's a lot of ground to cover.
There's a ton of ground. And if you're you're supposed to, when you come across an area that you want to metal detect, you basically, what they say is grid it off. So you want to basically make a square, and then you're going to cover that square. And so you walk up one way, move over 3 feet, walk back, move over 3 feet. And on the way, and that 3 foot pass, let's say you're doing 60 feet long, 3 feet wide, you might stop 8 times to dig stuff. So it can take a good long while. Yeah. I walked the entirety of Foster Beach and took a picture of it, so because my trails could be seen going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. 2 weeks.
Wow.
Just about every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a pro tip. Head out there after July 4th at Winamac Park. Go out there on July 5th because a lot of change could be falling out of people's pockets.
I hear you, but it's a dying art. They say it's called coin shooting. If you're going out specifically looking for coin, it's everyone's going paperless now. Like young people don't carry coin anymore, so it's going to be either I have to follow around oldies. Or I have to like start kind of looking for other stuff because I have it set right now to sort of rule out like the junk metals, like iron and bottle caps and and that kind of stuff. But yeah, the days of finding coin is those days are numbered.
Can you set it to credit cards or?
Yeah, just to walk by. I can walk by people with it and just like take their credit card information.
Scan the codes.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
I'm gonna make
Very
a couple of. I'm gonna make a couple of.
That's great.
Yeah.
This was incredible conversation. I learned a lot about this.
Normally doing these conversations.
Yeah. Dan, how do you feel? Do you feel good enough that we got
fantastic.
Stuff going into?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
This was truly a blast. TJ, how you feeling? You feel good?
I feel like $1 million. I feel like
Ready
I
to
talk
get
too
into the
much.
prov?
I
that
like
was-
to pass the ball a little bit more.
that was truly
that's what you do
that.
when honestly makes our life easier. That's what we want from the guests.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a scene request for the two of you, if that's okay.
Sure.
I'd love to get you into this episode. Dan and TJ, you are on your friend-iversary, and TJ, you have planned a big kind of treasure hunt for the two of you to go on, and we'll let that play out for a while, and maybe I'll come in as a part of it some way, somehow.
Okay.
Well, it's a riddle. You're not supposed to know exactly where you're going. Like just kind of puzzle it out, and that'll tell you what our first destination is.
Okay. Sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter.
Yeah.
Always in the mood.
Right.
Sometimes
So.
sweet, sometimes
Right.
bitter. Is this why you asked to borrow my house key last week? Is there gonna be something in
There-
my house?
Maybe at some point.
Okay.
I will give you this clue. That is not the first destination.
Okay. Always sweet.
Always. Yep. Sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter. Always in the mood. Chocolate
Lance-
fuck pony.
Oh,
Chocolate fuck
Okay,
pony.
all right. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, yes.
Sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter, because you can have bitter chocolate.
Yeah.
Always in the mood.
Okay.
Chocolate fuck pony.
Okay.
Now that is a riddle. That in itself is a riddle to the next clue to
Okay.
the location.
Yeah, Lance, wow. I know you put a lot of time in this. I can tell that you're psyched about this, and I'm feeling bad because I don't want to let you down. I feel like we're one riddle in, and
Oh, no, you can't let me down.
Okay.
You didn't want to wear the shirt and hat though. You didn't want to. You didn't
yeah,
feel like in the mood.
I mean, it's
or-
90 degrees. I don't want to dress like a gumshoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
All right. I'm in a linen shirt. I'm sweating. I didn't want to wear a fedora and a trench coat.
Oh, the fedora might actually keep some of the sun off your head. It might, like
Okay.
it might, but you know,
Well,
if you don't want
I could tell you're into you're sweating a lot right now.
Yeah, I know, but it's worth it, man.
All right, well,
It's
do
worth
me a
it.
favor, as long as we do this, because I'm not going to be quick with these riddles. You please drink a lot of water, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay hydrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would stick out as much because I thought we'd both be full Carmen Sandiego, but that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I feel a little bad, but I'm not in the mood to pass
Okay,
out.
Mrs. Fields. That's the first location.
Mrs. Fields.
Mrs. Fields.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like 18 miles from.
Yeah. Yeah. On foot, but not on this.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not supposed to have two people on it, but we're gonna do it.
Okay, not supposed to have two people on it, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Grab a charge. There's nothing to it.
Yep.
Two people on it. We're not supposed to do it. Grab
Do
a
it.
charge.
There's
There's nothing.
nothing to it. Nothing.
Okay. Is it?
I'm hitting that because that's there's nothing to it.
Oh, Lance, I was gonna say a Lime scooter, but now I don't think I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lance, you're swaying hard.
It's a zip line. There's nothing to it. Zip.
18
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
Zip line. Zip.
All right.
Look up, dude. Look up.
Oh wow. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is high tension super cord. So all we have to do is basically just get up on the telephone pole there, and we're just gonna attach some carabiners to that, and then.
All right. All right. Great. Yeah. Let's get up. Let's get up there. And Lance, here's your gift for me. Sorry, I don't know if I should give this to you now or just here's my card. Sorry, yeah, that's it.
Should I read it? Should I?
Yeah.
Do you want me to read it now,
Sure.
or do
Well,
you know what?
want.
I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait just in case I cry. Just in case I cry reading it. I won't read it in front of you. I'll wait.
I would just prefer to get it out of the way because I feel like the more of these things we do, the more I'm gonna feel guilty about my card. So maybe just because I didn't go through all this, I didn't know it was gonna be a big. I just kind of got like a.
Okay. Yeah, I can open it now if you want. If you want to. Should I be careful? Is something gonna fall out of it? Is something like gonna?
There's no money or anything. It's just there's a photo of us in it. But don't. There's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Hey, fellas, how we doing out here?
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hi, officer.
I'm Officer Dickinson. Yeah.
Hi.
I got a call of suspicious character kind of wailing about out here, and there's some kind of zip line up here that somebody said something's going on. So,
where's
okay, pal?
Officer? Where's the boom box?
Excuse me?
The boom box. Where's the music gonna come out of when you do that?
You think I'm a strip police officer?
Lance, did you hire?
You think I'm
Lance, how complicated is this whole production? Can you just let me see your binder, please? Can I just look at the?
He should have a clue written on his inner thighs, but you have to read. You have to. There's going to be a word missing where his taint is, so it should go up from one knee up to the perineum, and then down the other side. You have to fill in the blank.
Hey, sorry. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? You're blowing my whole thing here.
Okay.
You're blowing my whole thing. I'm supposed to come in. I act like a real cop for a little while, so you let me do the character. You let me do the part. I auditioned for this role. I'm trying to use this as a different audition for another thing. So I've got my buddy over there taping it from the bush. So when you're explaining everything that I'm going to do,
I'm so sorry.
You're ruining it.
I'm so sorry. You want to rough me up or?
No, I don't want to rough you up.
Make it look real though.
Yeah.
Make it. You want to? Should I go for your gun and then you have to rough me up or something?
Go for my gun at the very end of this. So when I say spread them. Go for my gun. Then I'll smack you, and then I will depants myself.
Okay.
And then I'll spread, and then I will actually spread them.
Great.
Right,
That's
and
great.
then we'll have him read the clue.
Stop me though. Make sure you stop me because I'm pretty fast. I don't want to actually
for sure.
get your gun out because I don't want to.
It's not a real. If it's my brother's, it's a gun I found in his closet. It's not a real gun.
Hey Lance.
Okay.
Hey Lance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, buddy.
Sorry, man. I actually I feel terrible because I know you put a lot. I kind of got to head out of here. Molly's got a happy hour after work that I was going to go to meet some of her work friends. So
okay.
Hey pal.
Yeah.
Spread them. No. Give me this. Let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. You don't actually need to have that gun.
What's going on over here? Hands up! Hands up!
Whoa! Oh, Jesus!
Oh my God! Gut shot.
All right, I'm going to spread my cheeks now, and you can see the clue. You get 10 seconds to look at the
what?
clue.
What? Is this part of it?
Yes, I think. I'm only part of the first part. I don't know what
Lance,
the
you're bleeding
the other,
out. Lance, please put some.
I'm gonna get sepsis. It's a gut shot. Cowboys say this is the worst way to go. What's that happy
Sir,
hour?
please stay down. Please stay. So I think there's all right. My happy hour is at 5:30. Lance.
I'm actually a police officer as well. I can help with the situation, officer, if you need backup or anything like that.
Officer, could you help me with something? Could you read this card? I need to hear it in case this is it for me. I want to hear these beautiful words.
Oh God.
I think he wants the real officer.
Oh yeah, I could read it. Okay, so just open this up.
Yeah, and if I cry, please don't think less of me.
Okay. This card. All right, open it up. It says Happy Halloween. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lance. They didn't have a friendship card. I just had an old Halloween card left over.
What? Why don't you just get one of the blank cards and write happy anniversary?
Where's the fun in that? I wanted something fun. So, you want me to keep reading this thing then, or?
I don't know. Does it get better?
It says, Lance. Great knowing you. Go Pats. Does that mean anything to you, Pats? You a Patriots fan?
Kind of, but it's not really I don't follow them religiously or anything.
I thought you were a Pats. Are you not a Patriots fan?
No, I mean, like, when I was a kid, but, like, when I moved, I don't follow them all that much. I just watch the games on Nash.
All right, well.
Is that...
Yeah, that's all there is. Is there nothing on the... It's just on the back, just... Looks like the price was... Price is scratched out, but looks like it was $199, so that's on the lower... That's in the lower end.
You've got 20 more seconds to read my taint.
Okay. All right. So there's a all right. Well, sir, I mean, I don't want to. The marker is running because you are sweating profusely. I can barely.
Well, it's 90 degrees outside. I mean, I didn't realize it was gonna be this hot out.
It says you might need a 9-iron, but you know where to go. 1 under par, and it's in the blank.
That's 1 under par. You might go, and it should rhyme. I think the bullet lodged right next to my spine. I can't feel my legs.
Yeah, you need to go, but you need a 9-eye.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't even know. What does that mean? Where would you go with the 9-iron? Where would you go? That's 1 under...
1 under par.
1 under par.
I'm gonna get sepsis again.
Lance, I'm glad to have you home for a little bit, hon. I think this is nice. The bullet grazed you, and it's a godsend because it is good to have you home. And we're gonna sue the department for everything they're worth. I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah, Mom, it was a little bit more than a graze. It was a through and through. I lost part of my.
You're fine.
Part of my intestine was. I'm gonna be eating out of basically into a bag for a little while.
Sweetheart, you show him your chair?
That's good for me.
You show him the chair?
Did you see the chair, Lance, when you came in?
At the stairs. So we got this chair here. You don't gotta worry about the stairs to get up to your room. You just sit in.
Oh no, it's one of those old lady deals.
Yeah, you just sit in this thing. Make sure to buckle it. All right. The guy that sold it to me said you have to buckle it. He said he had an old lady fall off. She went sideways on it. She went candy-whoppers, broke her neck. Fell down the stairs. So you gotta buckle it, but it'll take you up to the top floor.
What did that run you? Those things are super expensive.
Don't worry about it. I got my pension, all right? Don't worry about it.
Oh, guys, this is not what I wanted. I mean, I don't want to disrupt your guys' lives, you know?
You're not disrupting anything. Your father has been running yard to yard.
It's been my little project. It's been, honestly, installing this thing, working on it. I want to tell you, check this out. I put my Honda snowblower engine in this sucker. Gave it some extra juice. Yeah, gave it some extra juice.
This was after the guy said be careful?
Yeah, I souped it up. I souped it up.
Be careful.
I souped up
I'm telling you to be careful now because it goes fast.
Mm-hmm. It'll take you...
All right.
If there's ever snow in the house for whatever reason, we have a backup now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, how fast? Has anyone tested?
Go ahead, take a seat. You want to take a spin. Buckle in and put this helmet on.
Okay.
All right. You see
all right.
I got this little button. I got it hooked up to my my iHome here. So, Alexa.
Hello. What can I help you with?
Stair Chair, 40 mph.
Playing Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
No. Damn it. Hang on.
Hold on, Dad.
Yeah.
Can you request a slower speed?
I mean, I can.
Yeah, let's start off at like inside speed.
You don't want to burn.
I don't want to go right to 40, Dad. Like,
I just thought
Son, don't take it right to 40. Just start him off as a slow speed. He's got his bag.
No, you're right. I just thought because it was, he's a young guy. He's always on the move.
I think a chair moving even 5 miles an hour is going to feel fast. I think that's going to feel fast.
Yeah,
chairs don't move at all.
No, you're right. That was fucking stupid. I mean, I think you'd want to have a fast chair going.
No, Pops. We'll work our way up. We'll work our way up.
Alexa.
Hello. What can I help you with?
Stair chair. Up.
Here we go. Okay. Hold on.
5 miles per hour. Activate.
Stair chair activated. Incline at 5 miles per hour.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Fun, huh? Alexa, stair chair, 40 mph, activate.
Max speed activated.
Oh, I think he's stuck in the drywall, honey. He's stuck in...
Oh, God.
Lance, you didn't buckle up!
Bro, the buckle broke. It's not.
This is just like old times with you two, I swear. Lance, just make sure you're down here for dinner. Have mac and cheese.
We're not for installation.
Hey, Lance, can I see you back here for a second?
Yeah.
So I just want to talk to you. I know you were out the last 2 weeks. You had a run-in with the police, which is fine.
Yeah, I was out for 3 days with the gunshot. I was out for, for the rest of the 2 weeks. I got thrown through a wall.
Right, yeah.
I tried to get back right after, but I didn't see that.
Hey, and you know, here at Bucks, we're cool with taking as much time off as you need. You know, as long as you come in, you do hard work when you're here, that's fine. But 2.5 weeks, kind of a big deal. I understand the first one. I don't really understand the second one. Sounds made up, if truth be told.
You know what? I understand why it would sound that way. I can tell you, like, I have a history of honesty with you, right, Ray? I mean, like,
100%.
I'm telling you,
you're one of my guys.
Yeah,
you're one of my top dogs for sure.
I think it wasn't an actual like, you know what, like a corporate standard seatbelt. I don't think it was that, you know, like, because there's no way it should have let go. If they're going to let go at 40 miles an hour, then they shouldn't be in any, you know, safety capacity. So I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Did somebody at corporate tell you that they were letting me go, or what's the deal?
What's that?
Some kind of is this coded language? What's going on here?
Oh no, I assumed you had heard the whole story. My dad put in one of those stair chairs, and then also figured out a way to get it up to 40 miles an hour. He put a snowblow motor on there, and I thought I had made clear that I wanted to go up at 5 miles an hour. Almost at the end of the ride, he decided to rev it up to 40, and it came to an abrupt ending. The seatbelt snapped, and that's what I was talking about. That I don't think that seatbelt was, you know, like industry standard or whatever the phrase for it would be. That snapped. I was shot across the room. Like it was a nursery for my nephew, because he ended up crashing there for a while because his folks had a whole thing, and I'll spare you that. But got thrown through the drywall. Had, I would say, a couple mouthfuls of fiberglass insulation, and that ended up being really tough to pass. Then there was a mezzo scare because they didn't know if there was other older materials in there. But that's what happened, and I was laid up with that for a good long.
All right.
Well,
good. I'm glad we got that cleared up. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that we just switched to the Christmas cups, and so I saw you were Dunkin' Joe into, you know, the old cups, the fall cups. We switched to the Christmas cups. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I'm not going to be using those Christmas cups, though. I'm not.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's company policy. It's their Christmas cups.
I know, but we all know Christ was a bit of a. I mean, that's a. You know, why don't we have Jupiter and Mercury cups? You know, why don't we have Athena cups? It's a myth, right? I mean, we all know that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, they're not.
So let's not do that to people.
I call them Christmas cups because that's what I celebrate. They're Happy Holidays cups, so they're just red and they've kind of got that festive.
But I mean,
vibe,
Happy Holidays, really. That's just a way to say holy days, right? Holy days, right? Happy Holy Days is what it's saying, and we know that religion and
Lance, you've been out for 2.5 weeks. You're already on thin ice.
No, I understand.
Just serve the coffee in the cup. I mean, pretty soon it's gonna be the only cup we have available. So just serve it with the cups. Don't use the old cups, and just serve it in the correct cups.
I mean, I have a history of only putting my foot down when things really matter, right?
Yeah.
Like, I refuse to serve Sam Alito his mocha latte, right? You know, and I think that proved out, right?
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
Right. Yeah. Who else? Pol Pot. When Pol Pot came in and said he wanted those sous vide eggs, I said no. Take your business elsewhere. And Roseanne Barr. That was the other time. I said get your ass out of here. Right?
I mean, we appreciate you helping us go viral a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, we like that. We like that. But this is a very simple top-down thing that, you know, would just help everybody get through the day faster. Your coworkers as well. If you just serve it in the Happy Holidays cups.
I did hear you were getting let go, right? I did. I did hear you were getting.
I knew it. Everybody's. People have been talking about it behind my back in coded language all week, and it's driving me nuts.
Hey, Uncle Lance, You want to explain to me? I'm going up to my bedroom, and I'm walking in here. I'm going, hey, wait a second. There wasn't a hole into my room when I left.
Yeah.
But now I'm coming home and I'm going, why is there a fucking hole in my drywall?
You still on heroin, Tim? You still on heroin? Let's talk about the stuff that matters most.
No.
Right now.
I'm not
shooting dope?
I'm not shooting dope. No, I haven't.
Chasing the dragon? You on the H?
No. And no, I'm not. And I never really was on heroin. I was doing a mix of pills, and it was too complicated for you, so you just assumed the hardest drug possible.
Right. You sucking down that arm candy? Huh?
No, I'm lifting weights. My body's better than it's ever been.
You plunge in that poppy juice?
There's no puppy juice in my veins, okay? I had a mild Ritalin addiction, all right? I just used it because I was working my way through school, and somehow that got, through the fucking family telephone, got manipulated into that I was on heroin.
You smoking that Afghani action? Or, you doing that? That marching powder? You taking all that stuff?
Uncle Lance,
let's talk straight.
Uncle Lance, look, here's the deal, all right? I got a job at TSA. I don't know if you heard, but I'm working for TSA now, okay? So I go to the airport every day. I come home, and your parents are like they're like my fucking parents, which is also kind of fucked up. I think the heroin rumor got started because of a lack of parental figures in my life, but your parents have been great to me.
Yeah.
And this is where I stay. This is my sanctuary, okay? So I game in here, all right? I don't know if you can see all those neon lights. That's my gaming rig.
Listen, kid, who's been shooting you straight since you were 8 years old? Who told you about Catcher in the Rye? Who gave you a bootleg Catcher in the Rye copy to read when you were 9 years old?
I've been shooting you straight the whole time. You did give me a bootleg Catcher in the Rye, and it had a lot of mistakes. It had a lot of typos, and it wasn't very close. It was clearly like a knockoff from another country, and there was like a translation issue.
Yep.
In the end, he ended up going to SeaWorld.
Yeah. You'll be happy that that's the ending of the one I gave you. You'll be happy when but shoot me straight now.
Yeah.
You on that heroin? You taking that? You chasing the dragon with that?
Uncle Lance, I don't know what you want me to. I don't know what you want to hear.
Jumping up and down on the drug pony?
The best thing that ever happened to me was this TSA job, and I am not going to screw it up, okay?
Yep.
I sat on a heroin needle at a party. Accidentally.
Yep. That's how it starts a lot of times, and now you just can't.
I was at a party.
Get back there, right?
I was at a party. I can't get back there. I cannot get back there. It was the best party of my life.
Yeah. All right, you're train spotting now, right? Or whatever they call that. Yeah.
And I was coming. I wasn't even invited to the party. I was coming to pick up a friend, and I was on a bed, and there's a bunch of coats. Somebody had a heroin needle in their pocket, and I sat on the coats for a second. Yeah.
That's close to how it started with me. I went to a Sherlock Holmes themed party, Sherlock Holmes, and I ended up smoking a lot of opium and drinking wormwood.
Yeah.
Wormwood, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
That's a serious theme party.
Oh, buddy.
Were there any clues or mysteries or anything, or did they just...
there were some clues that I had a problem. Is that what you mean?
No.
There were some...
I mean, was there clues at the party, too? Was it, like... Did they just...
Oh, I mean, after I was on Wormwood.
It just seems like they focused on very minute points.
Absinthe. I was floating on absinthe after that. Absinthe and opium. I was in sweet dreamland, in Kubla Khan, in Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, all that stuff. Okay. The Coleridge. Did I hip you to Coleridge? Who hipped you to Samuel Taylor Coleridge when you were 7 or 8 years old? Who slipped you that? Huh? That's good stuff, right?
I don't know.
Rhyming the Ancient Mariner.
Uncle Lance,
who's going to give you that stuff?
I don't even know. Like, I understand that in your mind you think you did me all these favors by slipping me these bootleg copies of classic American novels.
Who gave you that copy of The Great Garsby?
Yeah.
For your 12th birthday.
I remember Garsby, because he ended up going, Garsby went to Hogwarts.
Yeah. Yeah, to become a wizard. Right, yeah. That's how he became great. Okay. Before that, he was just a regular
Lance,
J. Garsby.
All I need my sanctuary. if you're going to put a fucking hole in my drywall, I just want you to patch it up, all right? I know everyone's treating you all nice because you're on this little, it's some kind of like scooter looking thing, and then it's like people are saying, is he in a wheelchair? Is he not in a wheelchair? I think the wheelchair seems like that's more just for you, for fun. Because I see you walking to the fridge, so it seems like you don't need the wheelchair. But the point is, just if you're going to put drywall in my bedroom, please patch it up. That's all I'm asking, okay?
You know how when, like, if there's a baby in trouble, people can lift a bus or whatever, off the baby, you get that adrenaline rush?
I think moms can do that. I don't think a random person on the street can do that.
I'm like that with hunger. If I get hungry enough, my legs can work.
Okay.
But, yeah. All the other times I'm paralyzed.
I don't know, because when my dad said he saw that Geico commercial with the lizard that you like, you kind of sprinted across the house to catch the Geico commercial.
I was hungry. I saw that on the way to the kitchen. I went.
Really? Because what I saw is my dad said, "Hey, it's a new one," and then bam, you were like Usain Bolt from the living room checking out that Geico commercial.
I got a dark roast here for Lance and a secondary coffee for and my best friend. So coffee for Lance. And
I know which one's mine.
So Lance, and then I guess is this? I don't know.
That other one, I guess I will take that one to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I had these.
I'm having a day.
Yeah.
I'm having a real day here, but
yeah.
I don't know why I even ordered that one. Okay.
It's all right.
A year ago today, I was gut shot.
Oh wow.
Kind of setting up a scavenger hunt for me and my best friend. So I guess it's just my way of observing what would have been our third friendiversary. So yeah, I'm
cold brew for Gary. Cold brew for Gary. Sorry. Can you just step to the side?
Oh yeah,
cold
no,
Gary.
yeah.
No, you're fine. You can keep telling your story. Yeah. I have to keep working.
No,
so cold brew for Gary.
Yeah, that was me. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go, Gary.
Yeah. And I had a whole thing kind of planned out.
Excuse me, Rich. I gotta grab some napkins.
Oh
here.
yeah, sure. Are you a fan of Kiss, or are you just wearing the T-shirt?
Never fucking heard of them. Yeah, no, I got this from a bin at work. Thanks.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, it was gonna be like a 17-stop scavenger hunt, and it was gonna end. We had the Bare Naked Ladies there at the end. They were gonna play.
Wow.
They were gonna play "If I Had $1 Million" at the end.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Like, yeah, that was sort of our band. We'd listen to our band, and we like kind of like music that it's not gonna do too much to you.
Yeah.
Like it's like cotton candy music, because it's just fun while it's happening, and then you forget about it.
Excuse me, what's the code to the bathroom?
Code for the bathroom? 0781.
0781. All right, thank you.
0781. Is that a special?
And ma'am, I see you hovering over there, ma'am. It's gonna be a little while because you ordered it's a smoothie, so it's gonna take a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be making the smoothie anyway, right? You would. I'm not taking
exactly.
you.
Yeah. No.
I'm not
fine,
taking him away from your drink. He wouldn't be making your drink anyway. It's just, it's when you, I guess soulmate's the right word. When you find someone like that, I think it should be celebrated. Man. 0781 if you need it, but there's someone in here right now.
Come in here. I couldn't turn the knob. It wouldn't turn the occupied, so there's someone in here.
I think that should be
This used to be an old frame store. Sorry, that's why the bathroom's so close to the counter here.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Prince of Tides. No, Prince of, what was it? Prints. Prince of, I forget what it was called. Yeah, frame store. Prince of,
Yeah.
And then people would have their photograph. Yeah. I just think it should be celebrated, because we take friends, I think we take them for granted, that they're always just going to, that's powerful. That is.
He was sweating as he went in, so I had to assume it was going to be a rough one.
Oh, my. Oh, boy. I might. Oh, boy, I might.
Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Sorry, I got the door cracked. Hey, can you hand me? I have a cold brew ready.
Me, pal?
Yeah. Could you
Me, pal?
Just slide me the cold brew on the counter. It should be ready.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah.
Hang on one second, my
Should have
pal.
a nitro cold brew on the counter for me.
All right. This?
Yeah, yep. Just go ahead and slide that.
Okay.
Just slide that through the door if you don't mind. Don't use your hand. Use your
No.
foot. Don't get too close. Thank you.
Oh, I don't mind, buddy. I don't mind, buddy, pal. Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Wow. Did you see how he called me buddy? He
heard
said,
that,
Hey,
yeah.
pal. Hey, pal, buddy.
I heard that.
Well. Maybe I gotta. Huh. How you doing? How's it going in there? Is it good?
Yeah, hey, could you do me a favor? My phone's dead. I need you to text my wife. If I give you a number, will you text a number for me?
Yeah, pal. I don't. You already. You don't even worry about giving me your wife's.
492.
Okay.
Yeah, the code to the bathroom is 6781. If you need to
Okay.
if somebody's
I'm sorry.
in there
Hold
right
on
now.
just 1 second with the code.
I need you to tell her. I need you to tell my wife. I had to run into Starbucks. She said
There's a guy
TJ
in there
Maxx,
right
she's
now,
trying
so
on
it's-
clothes.
6781.
I
You need to get in there.
he was giving out the code to the bathroom. I
You
think.
know what, buddy? I'll ask someone else to fucking do it. Never mind.
No, it's okay. Here, you know what? Use my phone. I'll just take my.
Don't get in here. Don't walk in here. Get out of here.
I don't mind. I don't mind. You know how you don't.
Get out of
I
here,
don't
man.
mind. Hey, how are you? Look at. Oh, look at
you
the
got
door.
You
Does.
got the lock to work.
Yeah, it does lock. It does lock.
Oh, that was so fun. Tim, you wanna?
Yeah, I'll take us to an outro. TJ, you got anything you want to plug at the end here? Besides, you got any shows coming up or anything? You getting back out there? What are you doing?
Nothing of mine that I can think of. Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Wait,
we'll
is
point
TJ
people-
and Dave doing that New York show, or did that already happen?
We will be doing it in June.
Okay.
I think they said it was sold, so I
Tickets
don't
are
want
sold
to.
out.
Yeah, I think I don't
Okay.
want to frustrate anybody. But-
Well, I'll just say this: New Yorkers, there are tickets still available. I do think they were sold out, but if they do come back, or anyone really, whenever TJ and Dave gets a chance to play, go see them. I mean, it's. I will say this, TJ. I saw it a lot in my 20s, and every
and
Wednesday
your
night.
irresponsible youth. And,
Yeah.
And it made me laugh in a way that nothing has prior to then or since then. So it is truly one of the best pieces of comedy, piece of art you'll ever see. So it's definitely check it out if you can.
Thank you for saying that. And I think once before I might have plugged something I'm not in. And in the spirit of made me laugh like nothing else, I think I heard I Think You Should Leave Now has been okayed for a third season. Is that?
Yes.
Have you guys heard that as well?
Yes, we have heard that.
If anybody, I can't imagine anybody who's savvy enough to listen to this hasn't found that. But if they haven't, then it is ridiculously funny. Like cry, you will cry laughing at that. Check that out from our good friend Mr. Timmy Robinson.
yeah.
So good. Tim, anything to plug from your end? I will also plug the Think You Should Leave. I mean, I actually
And
kind
you
of
know
just
what?
want to go
I'll
back
plug
and
it
watch
too. We'll just go through
Oh
it
my
and
God.
plug it again. I mean, I laughed so hard that I had to pause it. So that's how
Yeah.
funny it is.
Yeah.
I had to pause it because my stomach hurt so bad. So if you haven't watched any of that, watch it so that when the third season comes out, you're ready to go.
Have you guys ever heard of a cartoon? Beth and I wandered across a cartoon the other day. I think it was called Smiling Friends. Have you heard of this?
No.
I think that's what it was called. If not, that should be close enough to get you there. You might like it. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Smiling
super
Friends?
weird and funny. I think it's called Smiling Friends. They work at a factory that's supposed to make people happy, so they get sent out on these calls to try and make people smile. And it reminded me a little bit of Timmy's stuff in its like kind of ridiculous. It'll go to like all lengths just to be funny as hell.
What platform is it on?
I saw it on Hulu. It may have been part of Adult Swim.
It looks like it's
Okay.
Adult Swim. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's called Smiling Friends?
Mm-hmm.
It's a freaking riot. And they're only about like 8, 10, 12 minutes long or something like that.
Great.
It's nicely weird and hilarious.
Fantastic. We'll attach it here, and then we'll also throw it into the hot Rex in the Discord if you're in there. If you're an improv pervert. TJ Jagodowski, thank you so much for being on the pod again for number 3, and we hope you have you on for number 4 as soon as possible.
It's good. It's good to see you guys.
You're the best, TJ. Thanks so much.
You're the best.
Man.
It was a real pleasure just to hang out with you.